and change his length, which is going to be crucial going forward. And Broom, for that fact, he will be very happy to be down the other end, and he can just watch a couple of balls hopefully, and not too many middles going on out there at the moment, mainly edges. Here's the most positive shot of the over. 3 runs from it, 155 for 4, 33 overs gone now.
The honest player gets up in the morning and looks himself in the mirror and says, I'm going to get better, I'm going to get better, I'm going to get better.
Being prepared for anything, from front line to back, with the Gillette Fusion range.
So 155 now for 4.
Coming boys, picture coming out boys.
Mahdi.
Eta bhalo.
Another misfield around about that
ঠিক আছে
villainous
উঠে যাবে বলে
wicket out there. Yeah, and that's a sign of the pressure of the Bangladeshi bowlers have been putting on. 34 balls since the last boundary 25 minutes ago, and you can feel the tension in early in the New Zealanders batting at the moment, and that boundary isn't coming. Well, there is the boundary, John. If you could just keep going like that, that's good. New Zealand are quite happy with those. Well, there you go. The batsmen realised it and they had to make it happen. You know, if I could teleport that out to them more often, Jeremy, I would. So pretty full, and Nisham gets a good strike on it. But Mahdi's saying, don't miss that, Jimmy Nisham.
Oh, yes, boy. Bowling Miraj. One.
Nicely down the ground, and that's where they need to do the scoring here. It's getting very tight. It's getting extremely difficult to score, and stronger shots down the ground will lead to rotation of the strike a lot easier.
Sorry.
Got to get close to the ball, of course, to do that. Unless it's too short, you can punch it either side of the bowler. You want to get nice and close to it. Well, there's the value of having a right-hander to the off spinner. Just to work that across. There's the 160s that I was talking about. 170 would have been nice, but New Zealand I don't think are going to get there. And they have lost that one extra wicket of Ross Taylor. No, not out. That was close. Close. That's the end of the 34th over. 162 for 4. That's hit the inside of the front pad, the inside of it. So it's just straightened slightly. Alan Neil, the umpire there. So the LBW call against Jimmy Neesham, hitting, as I say, the inside of the front leg, turning back and straightening, pitching on the stumps, and Mr. Fizz is amused. And there's anxiety. Yes. Well, maybe we'll get another couple of ideas. Shah's there. He's always full of ideas.
Thank you very much, Jeremy. Very kind of you indeed. Jimmy Neesham can count himself very lucky, always.
He certainly can. That's the equation. 96 runs of 96 balls required. Run a ball.
She's in front of me getting very excited here, but have a look at this LBW again.
I'm not sure what it's missing. Certainly it's missing off and it's missing leg stump. It's definitely knocking middle stump out the ground for me.
I can't argue with you there, always. Very lucky man. Quite interesting there, Awais. Broom using that type of area. I'm surprised Bangladesh haven't tried to cut that off and cut that supply of that single, because it's the area that Broom has been working the ball most of the afternoon from Mustafa Sir.
I guess they probably feel that in doing so he might get it wrong and nick the ball to slip. That's why they've got that one slip in, quite a wide slip. Perhaps that's what they're trying to do. They want him to play that shot.
Another huge appeal. Everyone getting excited. The game in a very interesting phase right now.
It's all going off out there in the middle. A lot of excitement, a lot of pressure on these two. Mustafiza, very optimistic appeal. He's really made a difference since he's come into the attack. He's bowled magnificently this evening. Bowled really well from the off, beating the bats. Plenty of time. Ken's got the ability to cut the ball across the right-hander, enticing the leading edge there by Luke Ronchi, getting the first wicket. And then even the top-class player Ross Taylor had him in all sorts of trouble. No surprise, he's made a real impression in world cricket. And that's a magnificent shot down the ground by Jimmy Neesham. Just eases it past mid-on.
Maybe that will break the shackles a wee bit for New Zealand. They're a cracking shot down the ground. Just waited that little bit longer. One bounce for 4.
Just makes it look easy there, Jimmy Neesham. Not a problem at all.
Getting under that well, Jimmy Nation, as we get to the end of the 35th over. New Zealand 167 for 4.
The honest player gets up in the morning and looks himself in the mirror and says, I'm going to get better, I'm going to get better, I'm going to get better.
Be prepared for anything, from front line to back, with the Gillette Fusion range.
Get Sky TV and Sky Fibre from €59 a month, because life's better when you get together. Keep the little messers out of trouble. Go on an adventure through the jungle. Coconut! Shout for your county until your voice is gone. Roar on the lions. Roar! Or get ready for edge of your seat drama with Sky Atlantic. Relax, it's only an old dog. All on Sky Q, the next generation box. So get everyone together with Sky TV and Sky Fibre from €59 a month. Search Sky 59. Sky, believe in better.
What's it going to be, compadre? Meatball marinara? That's what you always have. What about a little chicken teriyaki? Throw in some peppers. Come on, mix it up a bit. Relax. Don't let them get to you. Say it.
Meatball marinara. No, steak and cheese.
Boom. You nailed it. Welcome to the new world, Columbus. Subway. Keep discovering.
The boys in green are lining up. A nation holds its breath. Carlsberg, a proud partner of Irish football. Martin O'Neill's Ireland welcome Uruguay to the Aviva as they warm up for their World Cup qualifier against Austria. Ireland v Uruguay, Sunday, June 4th, live on Air Sport.
Well, New Zealand making steady progress here. 167 for 4 in pursuit of Bangladesh's 257 for 9. And we'd just like to bring you through the fall of the 4 wickets for New Zealand. First to go, of course, was Lumpy. Slowish ball easily held early on after a very belligerent 27. And this again, the mix-up worker, great piece of fielding, run out. Next to go, a great ball from Rubel Hussain, length inside edge. Ross Taylor trapped LBW in the middle of a super spell by Mustafa. So the game very interestingly poised, Oase. Obviously very much still in New Zealand's favour with only 4 wickets down. But a couple of tied overs, run rates as you well know, on a pitch that's been a little bit up and down, but largely played well. But again, it's going to be very interesting now, this next phase. If Bangladesh can strangle, get a wicket or 2, we could be in for a very, very tight finish here.
The New Zealand batsmen really have to find a way to be able to rotate strike against the spinners of Bangladesh. That's what's going to be the key if they are to go on and win the game. Got to be able to knock the ball into gaps for ones and twos with the occasional boundary. It's not going to be easy because of the slow nature of the pitch.
It's been interesting too because there was an ominous spell of weather, but it's actually warmed up here in Clontarf. I was outside a little bit earlier. It's actually warmed up, so hopefully for all the faithful here we get the match to a conclusion, and that's the key thing. So it's Mahidi to continue from the Minister end, bowling to Neil Broom.
Yeah, I'm not sure about it heating up. Maybe for the Irishman, yeah, but
It's coming our way, boys!
not for us soft English. It's still pretty cold out there.
Beautiful, beautiful, Virat. Hello.
Neil Broom taking that off his stumps, getting deep in his crease, working the ball away on the leg side.
That wouldn't bother Mady too much. He'll be happy to bowl at the left-hander, trying to spin the ball away from him. Bring the catcher at slip into play.
A little bit fuller from Mahidi. Worked away on the leg side by Nation.
Come, Richie!
A lot of the times you'll see this when you see a right and a left-handed batsman at the wicket. The off-spinner is quite happy to give the single to the right-hander, so he can bowl at the lefty and try and build some dots. Jimmy Neesham will have to be aware of this tactic. Magnificent shot over mid-wicket for 4. Just a swat across the line, but pretty effective.
Interesting field this. I think when he's potentially bowling to the left-hander, having someone out there when you're going to get in tight to the stumps. There's all areas of the field in which Nation can attack here. It's over. And that's the end of the over with New Zealand 174 for 4. Okay, Oais, I'm asking you now, 84 off 84, where's your money?
I think I'm going to be backing the Bangladesh boys from here. Their experience in the bowling department. Still got
Well, I think if that's going to happen, the captain's going to have to play a key role. His 2 overs at the beginning were pretty ineffectual.
Yeah, I was going to say they've still got Mushraf Murtaza up their sleeve with 8 overs still he can bowl, so I'm still backing Bangladesh to come good here.
I have to say I'm not a waste, but I admire your faith in these Bangladesh boys to do the job at the end, these tight finishes, but I'm very much in the New Zealand camp.
Yes, Jim. Hang on a minute, mate.
But let's hope for the faithful we do get an exciting finish one way or the other. That's the key in these ODI games. I tend to really like them, the ebbs and flows of 50-over cricket as opposed to the bish-bash of 2020, where often results can be predictable. But here we are, 85 off 85. Anything can happen. A little slip there from Broom. These are the sorts of things that can happen as we close in on the finishing stages of an ODI. These are the moments.
Could have been a very embarrassing situation there for Neil Broom.
is enormous. Just flipped away off a good left on legs to Nishan, delivers it onto the pavilion roof here in Clontarf.
Beautiful piece of timing there by Jimmy Neesham. Allows the ball to come to him. Rolls his wrist. Just literally a flick of the wrist over deep square leg.
And again, all very easy for Jimmy Neesham here as he just works that away on the offside. Skipper's really got to stand up here now for his team. Only 2 overs at the beginning. This is third, and we're into the 37th over. So I'm just wondering, really, Owais, who's going to be the man for you for Bangladesh that's going to make this breakthrough that you need?
I think Mushraf Musa will have to turn to spin. I don't think he's able to gain any control at the moment. Leaking runs in his first spell, and it seems to be the same story here in the second spell.
Well, he just can't really seem to get his line right. He's both sides of the wicket, and really with almost 3 overs for 27 runs, it's not really what Bangladesh need at the moment. They need a couple of tight overs, and I tend to agree with you, Owais. Spin is either going to do it or it's not here, and perhaps a blast from Rubal Hussain.
But he's also got Musaddiq up his sleeve and Mohammadullah.
True, and that's the end of the 37th over with New Zealand. 183 for 4.
Hello,
Okay, so next time you lose hours on the internet, you don't have to lose all your data too. With Meteor, you get more than you can eat data to access YouTube, social networks, and messaging without eating into your data allowance. All for only €20 top-up.
Standout bowler for Bangladesh, Mustafa Sir. 7 overs, 2 for 21. The real threat he's been, and again behind him, although I wouldn't even call it slightly expensive, but Rubal Hussain for me, that extra bit of pace, that extra bit of gas. And Musaddiq only bowled 3 overs, but it's interesting now to see Hussain coming back into the attack as I had predicted. So I think we're really moving into make or break time now from a Bangladesh point of view. But it's been done before, always. And as they say in cricket, it's not over till the fat lady sings.
Yeah, for me, I think the captain has to look at more spin options. Mohammadullah, Mahidi, Musaddiq, they're the 3 guys. Nicely played by Neil Broom. He'll have to go on and perhaps get a 70 or 80, a bit like how he batted the other day. If New Zealand are going to kick on and win this game of cricket against Bangladesh.
I think what Bangladesh have to do is try and cut off that area. He's worked the ball down to third man for most of the afternoon and picking up easy singles, and really they just need to try and keep him on strike as best they can. Neesham flowing now.
Broom back on strike. He struck it well. Struck it really well the other day. A little bit streaky, but any width he latched onto the other day. put a craze forward in the for the Champions Trophy to be included in the starting 11. Got 79 of 63 balls.
See, just there again, I just think there needs to be a wee bit of imagination there. Oasis dropping that ball into that gully area, and I just think they need to just cut that off.
So where would you bring the fielder in from to stop that single?
I would bring that fielder in, and I would bring everyone around that little bit squarer, because that's the area that he's hit. Give it to him. Give him the gap straighter. Bring someone into that position, cut it off.
White!
Well, the umpire's going to ask for it. Sabir with the throw. Home safe.
Well home.
No grey areas there. Perhaps a field like this with no mid-wicket and the two men behind square is perhaps what you're trying to say, Alan. Would you stop that shot running down to third man? Is what they could use against Neil Broom.
Well, is there even any point in going 7-2? Mid on. Fine, let him work it down there. Let him see what he'll do.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Not many bowlers will be comfortable with that, because all the batsman has to do is step across and just get anything on it into the leg side. Minimum 2 runs.
But is that not what you want him to do? Do something different. It's all been samey for the last 5 overs.
I think if the asking rate was around 4 or maybe 3, yes, I could agree with you, but magnificent bit of timing. Just a short arm jab by Jimmy Neesham. That's the end of the over. 190 for 4 New Zealand.
Interesting to see that New Zealand scorecard, and particularly the partnerships. There's been no lull at all. 39, 41, 30, 37, 43. And Jimmy Neesham, last ball of Hussein's over. Beautiful shot down the ground.
Been quite impressive, Neesham. He's timed the ball really well as soon as he's walked to the wicket today.
I'll ask the question there, Ois. Does he really need mid-wicket? Can he not bring mid-wicket across and maybe pierce that gap? Make Broom think a bit differently about where he's hitting there.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think perhaps they could look at. What you were talking about, dropping the ball into the offside and running through. And it's almost like a good ball, which costing Bangladesh a single.
As the innings develop, Jimmy Neesham really gathering momentum now.